Good day, folks. This is Marius Landman. This is today, 27 May 2019 in American time. So bear with me as I go through a whole bunch of coins here. There are certain coins that are going to explode and make you insane money. What I want you to do is to focus on this video. Stop the video when you need to do it. Bitcoin topped out right there at 11. Remember, we are on the week between the week of the 11th and the 16th, 17th of December 2017. It came all the way down here to 3125. We made the call and we said risk adverse investors can now get back into the market. We rode that wave upwards and people made some real good money. If you look now at 19666 minus the price of Bitcoin at the moment, 8778 more or less, there's about $10,800 that Bitcoin needs to move up to break the all-time high. Not difficult to do. In this chart, you'll see that the high was on 15 to 16 December 2017. This is just a general track record that we have managed to make in the last year and a half. We call this low, we call that high. You can go through that. There's a report, there's evidence. We made 518% gains last year. Now to sum it up, EOS just made 430% in less than 5 months. What is coming this year is not finished. We call this high here exactly at that point, and I'm going to explain to you what is going to happen in Bitcoin in the next 10 days. Stop this video if you don't understand it, because I'm going to go through some very technical algorithm mathematical equations never seen before. So we are now calling for that high, and I'm going to put it in there and say that we call this high. Although the high is round about now, and in the next day or two, we're going to see a drop in the price of Bitcoin. Expect a drop. It may not happen exactly as we say, but the market is going to be in a downtrend in the next 2 or 3 days. Come this Thursday, USA time, Wednesday, Thursday, we're going to see a drop. Here is the Bitcoin chart, and this is the chart that I'm going to focus on. First of all, you'll notice on the top here where we say that the end of the 53-day algorithm cycle has ended, and exactly on that day when it ended, as expected, the next day, the 26th, Bitcoin spiked upwards and it now has formed that doji pattern there. What we now can expect, guys, is that we are going to have another doji there, a little bit smaller, and then tomorrow we can have an even, perhaps maybe the same size or another doji. I expect that we are going to have 3 dojis in a row, and come here by Wednesday, Thursday, the market is going to drop for 5 days. Everybody is asking, how low can Bitcoin drop? We believe that from this point here, that Bitcoin is going to drop into about 1 or 2 June, into this red box somewhere here. It can go as low as this point here, which is the point of 4416. When you are in college and you write an exam and there's 30 people in a class, some people may get 44%. Some people in that same class may come up here and get 60 or 70%. This point here on the bottom, which is 4416, is the lowest algorithm point possible. That is a mathematical equation worked out on algorithm patterns. We believe that Bitcoin is going to come downwards for 5 consecutive days. At the 5th day, we will be able to see where that drop is. If it only drops till here, then we are going to see a candle go upwards again to about that level there. Once it's up there, it's going to make another drop. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it there, but I want to give you the visual of what is going to happen with Bitcoin at that time. Now let's have a look further. This blue line here is our Python X indicator. We've got this line here, that brown line, which is our 22 mathematical algorithm equation. Then we have the Python Y axis. This Python Y axis is this line that you see here from the left to the right of your screen. I want you to focus on that line there, and I also want you to focus on this dark orange line, which is the 3B algorithm mathematical equation. We are going to also focus on 2B. the algorithm mathematical equation for 2B and 3B, and we may get into this bottom one here of 24B as we head into the other coins. Bitcoin went and sliced, literally broke through this orange 3B algorithm line. It went upwards there, and look at this. It stayed above the 22 MAE line, and it broke through the Python y-axis. Very important that you know this, and now it's finding itself there right there at that top. Maybe one more day forward for another sideways action, and then we're going to have a drop. Now that drop, I've already explained where that could possibly be. Stay focused on the Python y-axis. Stay focused on the 3B algorithm line and the 2B algorithm line as we head into Litecoin. Litecoin is still in an upwards trend. And let me explain to you what is happening with Litecoin and where Litecoin is potentially going to drop. Now remember this, in my blog post, we said here that this is a must in every single portfolio. But when we head now up to a certain point, I want you to take note and potentially get out on a high point. Now look at this Python y-axis. There's that Python y-axis, and see there that Litecoin broke through that Python y-axis upwards momentum. I believe that for the next 2 or 3 days that Litecoin is going to go upwards into this level where my mouse is now, and I'm going to put a price figure on there where you potentially need to get out of Litecoin at $150, more or less there. We are going to sell at that level. It could go a little bit higher. If you want to take that risk, that's fine. But I see Litecoin dropping the same time, maybe 2 or 3 days later than what Bitcoin is going to drop. Now look at this, guys. Everybody in the world, all analysts are saying that Litecoin is ahead of the pack. Litecoin is not ahead of the pack. Bitcoin is ahead of Litecoin by far. See there where it broke through. Now have a look here. It tried to break through the Python y-axis. It tried to break through here at the Python y-axis, and eventually on the third time it broke through. Let's go back to Bitcoin. Here you can see that Bitcoin broke through the Python y-axis. It came back here, retested that, and then went upwards. Now, in effect, let's go back again to Litecoin. Can you see there it dropped and then went up? So let's have a look and see where Bitcoin is. Bitcoin is round about there, sorry, Litecoin is round about there, exactly at this point. And you can see that Bitcoin is about a day, 2 or 3 ahead of Litecoin. Litecoin still needs to have that little bit of an uptrend there, exactly where my mouse is now. Now let's have a look at this cross here where the 20 MAE crossed the Python y-axis. Can you see here, if I just make this a little bit larger, and I'm going to show you this now. Can you see here, there's the 20 MAE just about to cross the Python y-axis. When that crosses that, we are going to see that Litecoin is going to go upwards, breaking the 135 and potentially hit 155. So keep that in mind. At that point, what I want you to do is to get out of the market because we're going to buy Litecoin at a cheaper rate. Now, going forward in Litecoin, Litecoin is one of those coins. Remember I said there is a coin that potentially is going to spike up with 3,000%. That coin, in my opinion, is Litecoin. Come here around about August, September, and I'm just going to put a box here. Somewhere around this point, we are going to see Litecoin spike up. And guys, it's going to go up, in our opinion, so far. Don't put my head on a block if it doesn't happen to 3,000%. But we see in our data that Litecoin could potentially spike 3,000%. We believe that Litecoin is going to go upwards here to that level there. We then see Litecoin coming all the way down, similar to what Bitcoin is going to do. It's going to be there. It's going to go and trade sideways for a while, you know, up into these levels here. And then there's going to be a bit of a blurb somewhere here where it makes some spikes, kind of like a false breakout. And then we see Litecoin spiking upwards into insane levels. As I say, don't put my head on a block. Closer to that time, I'm going to present new data. But for now, This is why I say that everybody should have Litecoin in its portfolio. Long term, this is a super bullish coin. Short term, we're going to go up, I reckon, to about 151, somewhere around that region. That's where I'm going to sell. I'm going to get out of the market. Based on these y-axis and the 22 mathematical equation, that says to me that it's behind Bitcoin. If you go back to Bitcoin, there's that break Bitcoin had. And that break is going to push Bitcoin all the way down here. Like I said, it's going to come down into a certain level. It can come down as low as 4416. Let's move on, guys, and I'm going to get into EOS. EOS is still super bullish. A few hours ago, I just posted out and said that it hit that target of $8.20. I sold exactly on that top. If you didn't sell, it's not the end of the world. I still see EOS going upwards a little bit into this level of about $12. Let me show you what I am looking at. First of all, let's make this a little bit larger. You can see here is the Python y-axis, and EOS has broken through the Python y-axis like Litecoin did, and the same what Bitcoin did. Now this is lagging behind Bitcoin. Remember, Bitcoin is 3 or 4 days or 5 days ahead of certain coins. I'm going to move back to 16 and 17 December. And I want you to pay very close attention to what I am going to show you here now. This is how you are going to identify which coins are the coins that are going to spike and which coins are the coins that will not spike. First of all, what I'm doing, I'm now here at 16 December 2017. Now look what EOS did. At that point here, Bitcoin dropped. If you go back to Bitcoin, and let's just go back to Bitcoin here quickly and I'll show you that. Now remember this here, guys. On this top here of 16 or 17 December, look how Bitcoin dropped. It went down, it went upwards, and it dropped again. In this case, what's going to happen? It's going to do similar like this. It's going to drop, it's going to go up, and it's going to go sideways downwards. Remember this date, 16, 17 December. Bitcoin dropped. Okay? Look what happened with EOS when Bitcoin dropped on 16 December. This blue line here, that vertical line, is the 16 December. Bitcoin dropped, and for 1, 2, 3, 4 days, EOS went upwards. Okay? Now let's go back to EOS. Keep that in mind, and I want you to stop this video so that you understand this, or go back and watch it again. What is going to happen with EOS? Now remember, I'm suggesting and saying that in the next 2 days, 3, 4 days, Bitcoin is going to drop. As a matter of fact, it can happen in the next 48 hours. What is going to happen here is that Bitcoin is going to do this. Bitcoin is going to drop. But EOS, it's following the same algorithm pattern as 17 December 2017. EOS is going to go upwards for another 3 or 4 days. That means that it could go anywhere in this region, $9, $10, or $12. But let me show you how you can identify that. Okay, if we go back to this level here, we are now going to go and put a horizontal line in and say that date there is the high point for Bitcoin. So let's go and see how far did this go up to this level here. And you'll see that this points to approximately that point there of about 53%. Now let's go back to the right hand side. And you need to understand this because I'm going to do this with every single coin to show you where the high point is. Exactly there where Bitcoin is now, I'm going to put 53% in there. And 53% is my target point there of about $12. Could it be that EOS hits in the next 2 or 3 days the point there of $12, going from $8 to $12? This is where we see this, guys, and then it could potentially go back. Keep in mind that you have got 1, 2, 3, 4 days, maybe 5, here around about the 1st or 2nd of June, where we are going to hit a high point. Then what's going to happen is it could potentially drop, okay, and then it could go further upwards. Now, could it be that this only comes down to this little point here? remember the 4 days, 5 days, whenever that cycle date is over, EOS is going to drop. It could do something similar like that. Okay, so I hope this gives you an indication of what is going to happen with EOS. You can still stay in EOS, that's fine. I do see major upside long term in EOS. Guys, let's go to Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash is a little bit of a stagnant coin, but let's have a look and see what is happening here. You can see here that the Python X indicator is moving upwards. The 22 MAE, the mathematical algorithm line or equation, is moving upwards. The MS52 indicator is beautiful. That's above the 2B algo. That's what you want. And you want your 24B axis right here at the bottom moving downwards. Let's go to the left-hand side of the chart. Remember here on 15 October, if you go to your top 40 crypto report, you must download that report. It's free in the members area. We talked about the 15 October dateline. That is our first target of $570. The second target is this date here of 20 July 2018. Remember those two dates, write them down. That will take us up to $827. Now, further above, if you look here, there is no 3B algo and there is no Python y-axis yet. As a matter of fact, Bitcoin Cash has just broken here above the 2B algorithm indicator, which is a bullish indicator, meaning that it still can go higher. Now, how high can Bitcoin Cash go? To do this, again, I'm going to go back to December. I've put that blue line in just to save some time, and you'll see here that this blue line is the 16 December line. When Bitcoin dropped, what happened? 1, 2, 3 days. For 3 to 4 days, Bitcoin Cash moved upwards. How much did it move upwards? If you look at this point here on the screen, you'll see that it went up 132%. While Bitcoin dropped, Bitcoin Cash went up 132%. Let's go back and see where is 132% in this chart pattern here. Now pay very close attention, guys, because you need to understand this going forward. If there is a coin that I'm not going to show today, you can do the same work and find out exactly where that coin is going to go. This will play out for the next 20 days. Now look at this. If we were to put that point there exactly where we are now, and we take 132% upwards, that will give us a region of approximately that point there, which is, let's just put a target price in there and we'll see the label, and that will put us in at what is that, $1,000 for Bitcoin Cash. Sounds impossible, guys, but this is where this is heading. Now expect maybe for the next 4 days that this is going to go upwards. Then it could drop a little bit in the next 4 days with Bitcoin. Because remember what Bitcoin is going to do. Let's just go back to this chart here and pay very close attention here. Bitcoin dropped downwards in December. It went upwards a little bit and then it dropped again and then it went upwards again. Something similar could potentially happen here in Bitcoin Cash, where this market is going to break out for 4 or 5 days. It's then going to come back and then it's going to shoot up further. Let me show you again what Bitcoin Cash looked like at that time. Okay, you can use this as a kind of like an indicator where Bitcoin Cash is going to go. So Bitcoin Cash, in my opinion, if it breaks out here 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to have a drop and then a sideways action down into a point lower. Okay, that is definitely something that we need to take into account. So for the next 3, 4, 5 days, once those 4 or 5 days are over, whether we hit this target here of 570, whether we hit that target of 827 or $1,000, you know, that 130% in December happened over 4 or 5 days. This could easily happen in Bitcoin Cash. When you see that, guys, take your profits. Don't be greedy. Okay, this is with regards to Bitcoin Cash. Let's go into Ethereum. Have a look at this. Here is the Python y-axis. Okay, now remember, let's go back to Bitcoin. Have a look there, guys. Here's the Python y-axis on Bitcoin. Let's go back to Ethereum. Now keep that in mind and see that brown line cross that purple line, the Python y-axis. Let's go back to Ethereum and see where that is. Now look at this. This dark brown line is way, way, way down here at the bottom. Expect that line to break through the 3B axis, and then it's going to head up into the Python y-axis. Once it breaks that purple blue line, it's going to potentially go up to $473, and there is a potential that this can even go up a little bit higher into around about $500 or $600. Let's go back and let's have a look and see what did Ethereum do when Bitcoin dropped on 16 December 2017. I'm just going to open that and we can have a good look at that. Have a look at that. Exactly at that point here, Bitcoin dropped. But look what Ethereum did. And let's just make that a little bit larger so you can see it on your screen there. For 1, 2, 3, 4 days, maybe 5 days, Ethereum went up. Now look here, guys, look what happened. It then dropped. Now remember, Litecoin dropped as well, but Litecoin went and dropped a little bit further. But look what Ethereum did. Ethereum dropped for a brief period of time, 1 to 3 days, went sideways and then broke out upwards. This period here, very important that you understand this as we get into all the other coins. That period here from this blue line right to that top there is about 29, maybe 28 days, where Ethereum went and hit its top there. I believe that something similar is going to happen in Ethereum. It's going to go up and make some money. It's going to drop and then Ethereum is going to go upwards. If I take this whole entire percentage gain from this point there, from that point where Bitcoin drops, and I go right up to this high point here. Let me just do that properly. Take that upwards and put this on that axis there. You'll see that this is 100% gain. Now let's go back and have a look and see where is 100% gain in Ethereum. And then we try and time and work out where the high point in Ethereum potentially could be. At this specific point, that 100% gain is round about here, and I'm just going to put a price label in there, and that is $546 for Ethereum, which will give you a potential of a 100% gain. Now let's have a look at this axis here, that y-axis. Could it be that Ethereum just comes there right to that point there, and that's a 45% gain? Once you get to that point, guys, take profit. It's going to struggle to get through that little point there, but once it breaks through again, it could potentially then go up to this $100 range. Keep a note of this video where Ethereum is so that you can go back and refer to this again. I will post it out on a blog post as well. Every single coin that you see here, I'm going to prepare a chart and put it in the blog post as well. Now let's go and have a look at NEO. Very interesting with NEO and also OMG. You can see here that we've got this 2B algorithm mathematical equation here. Very important that you look at that pink line there, and I'm going to show you now what we see. Also keep an eye on this line here, which is the 22 mathematical algorithm equation. Way up here is the 3B algorithm mathematical equation, and there is your y-axis right down there at a point of about $36 to $38. Now remember what I said that it's not going to be impossible for NEO to hit the $36. I've been saying this from the beginning of January, February, March, April, May, that it would be not impossible to hit that $36. Now, let's go back and see where that pink line is, for example, on, let's take Litecoin as an example. If we look at Litecoin here, you can clearly see that NEO, for example, is at this point here where Litecoin was on 23 February. Trying to break through once, twice, and here on the third attempt, it broke through and Litecoin went all the way up. I think that's probably almost about 100%. Let's go back to NEO, and I want to show you what I see in NEO. Look at this, guys. As I make this a little bit larger, can you see why I'm saying that NEO is almost where Litecoin was around about in February, trying to break through there, trying to break through there. Now it's going to break through here and go upwards and follow that same pattern as Litecoin. Could it potentially be that it hits this target here of the 3B algorithm line or the Python y-axis? That is 199% gains. But guys, remember this very clearly, and I'm going to say this again. This entire video is not financial advice. Don't put my head on a block if this doesn't happen. I'm showing you what I see in our 3B algorithm mathematical equations, and all these algorithms that you see here. The patterns will eventually play out. And this could play out within about 20 days from today. NEO is ready to spike, ready to move upwards. Now let's go back into December. And sorry guys, this video may be a little bit long, but it's important that you actually watch this. A video like this, which is 30 or 40 minutes, can make you a heck of a lot of money. Pay attention so that you understand this. Now, look what happened here, exactly here on 16 December of 2017. At that point, you all know now that Bitcoin dropped. Look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4 days, NEO went up. NEO had a small little bit of a drop there, and look what happened. It went upwards into that level there. Let's go here and see what was that percentage gain from that point here, and we see how much did it go up. Look at that, guys, 294%. Now let's go back to the right hand side of this chart. This is groundbreaking information, guys. Okay, what was that percentage gain? The overall percentage gain there was 294, and I've put in here for that axis here is that gain right there to the Python y-axis is 199. Could it be that NEO spikes up to this level here of 299? Guys, that is possible. And it could do this year round, but 15, 16, or 17 December. That date line there should be approximately a date line of about, let's say, around about 17 to 20 days. There's your 20-day cycle. So it literally will end basically there. In my opinion, this is a very, very good coin. Again, guys, this is not financial advice. Please understand that. Now let's go and have a look at OMG. Now remember this, keep in mind the 2B algorithm, and I'm going to get into OMG. Now, similar to NEO, OMG has also come to this point here where it's tried to break through the 2B algorithm mathematical equation. It tried it there, it couldn't do it. It went down, it tried it here, it couldn't do it. And right now there, it's going to break through here within the next day, 2 or 3. When this 22 mathematical equation, that mathematical algorithm equation move upwards and crosses that 2B, it's going to happen. And this is going to spike upwards. Again, guys, have a look at that pink line. I made it pink so that you can see what I'm seeing here as well. In Litecoin here, look there, tried to break through there, came back, break through, come back, and then it broke through there, and bang, there you go. Okay, let's go back to OMG. Can you see here where I say that 22 MAE is ready to break through, it's going to go upwards and break out? And similar to NEO, we've got the Python y-axis here on the top, and we've got the 3B algorithm mathematical equation there. Could it be that this spikes upwards into this level here of about $8 for OMG? Let's go back and have a look here at the December 2017 high point, and let's see what happened there. Remember, guys, this algorithm that you see here is going to play out similar. At this point here, Bitcoin dropped, OMG went up, it then dropped a little bit, then it went up again. The overall percentage was 107%. So that is a quick 107% that you can potentially make. I've if I take this one here exactly where we are now there, and I move that down 107%, you look at this target here, which is approximately 4.7. You can see that orange line is actually coming down. It could potentially be, if I take this, that if we go up till about this point here, around about that point there, also 17 or 20 days from today, that line is going to stop OMG from going higher. And at that point, we are going to have a drop. Okay, so that is OMG. Everybody wants to know what is going to happen with XRP. Now let's have a look here, guys. One of the most amazing coins, and we could potentially see insane gains here. Now, the Python X indicator is moving upwards. We see the 3B algorithm mathematical, that orange line is good. That pink line is moving upwards. I want to see that. And we've just now had the golden cross there. What happens after a golden cross? A golden cross means that XRP is going to move upwards. Now, with regard to XRP, I see two levels here. I see a target of 0.4, and then I see a target of 0.5. Okay, now let's go back, and I want to take your attention into this point here of December of 2017. Very important that you understand what is going to happen here potentially with XRP. I'm on the day chart here. Now exactly at this point here, guys, where this blue line is, see this dotted blue line? Bitcoin made a high in 2017, 16 December. What happened with Bitcoin? Bitcoin dropped. Okay, look at what happened with XRP at that same time. XRP went upwards. From that point there, XRP went right to that point there. And let's see what the percentage gain is that XRP made. From this point here, right to that point there, 339% gains. In what period of time? Let's have a look here, guys. In 22, let's just make that correct, in 17, 18, 19 days. In 19 days, XRP went up 339%. Don't disregard XRP. And if you hold XRP, don't sell yet. Now let's go back here, and I'm going to show you where we are right now. Okay, I'm going to log in right there where we are now, and how much was that percentage? We said 339. And what I did is here, I put this one up here. So we say 339. We're going to bring that down slightly. And that target then is $1.87 for XRP, which will give you a 330% gain potentially. Going to go sideways for a bit, but it's just about due to break out now and move upwards. Now, XRP is one of those coins that I believe is going to go up extremely high. I'm going to show you Digibyte. And first of all, now the screen is a little bit messy. There's a lot of data on there, but I want you to focus very clearly of where we are. First of all, I want to take your attention to the Python y-axis. Very important that you see that and that you see the 3B algorithm line. Then we're going to look at that pink line there. See that pink line? Now, Digibyte tried to break through that pink line, came all the way down, tried to break through again, and eventually it broke through in the last few days. Let's go back and see Litecoin. Now keep in mind that pink line, we're going to go back to Litecoin and have a look at Litecoin and see where Litecoin was at that specific time. Exactly there, guys. Litecoin couldn't break through, and exactly here it broke through. Digibyte is exactly there. The target that we still can see is an upwards momentum similar like Litecoin. It won't follow the same pattern, but you see upside. Let me go back to Digibyte. Okay, so there we go. It's broken through. It's getting a bit of resistance here. And then the top line here is that Python y-axis. And I am saying that we could hit about a 51% target between 0.02 and 0.29. Now let's go back to December of 2017 and we have a look and see what did Digibyte do when Bitcoin dropped. Okay, DigiByte did exactly the opposite. Look at this, guys. When this dropped, when Bitcoin dropped, look what DigiByte did. For 17 days, sorry, that's actually 21 days, DigiByte went upwards and it did a staggering 294%. We expect the same in DigiByte. Let's go back and have a look and see what is going to happen here with the 290%. 290% is going to take DigiByte almost to 0.07. Okay, now keep in mind that my first target here is this one here of 0.02. If we break this Python y-axis, you are going to see something similar to this in Bitcoin. Now, now keep in mind, if I just get the right Bitcoin chart here, now keep in mind, there is your Python y-axis. You are potentially going to see that same upwards trend, downwards trend, and that is what potentially can happen in DigiByte. Okay, so we could see a break of that point there and a little bit upwards momentum even higher. And this is why I say it will not be impossible to go into these higher levels here, guys, of 0.07, even hitting the 0.1 target. So keep an eye on this. One thing that you need to remember, and I'll update you as we go, over the next 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 days, that is the cycle date where it's going to end, and we can have a bit of a drop, but then come here July, guys, things are going to change rapidly. If you think these gains are big, you have not yet seen what is coming in the crypto world. Let's go to ZEC. Okay, now keep in mind again, guys, the Python y-axis, the 3B axis there, and look there, similar to Litecoin, similar to OMG, similar to NEO, we are there. We expect this to break through, hit resistance there at about $132, and then head upwards here, upwards there to about $200 at the Python y-axis. Now, my target here is about 77%, hitting that level there. But again, remember, we've got that 20-day period, 17, 18, 19, 20-day period, where this will go sideways upwards. Let's go again, and we go back to December, and we see what ZEC did exactly at that point. This will give us a helpful understanding of how we can trade this. On this date here, Bitcoin dropped. We all know that Bitcoin dropped. What happened? ZEC went upwards for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Then it had a bit of a drop over another 7, 8, 9, 10-day period, and then it went upwards. That entire move there is 72%. Now let's go back to the right-hand side where we are now, and we put that 77, 72% in. That comes more or less right down to this top here. There is a probability that it could hit this level here of 157%, which is the Python y-axis. Again, I'm going to put these charts in the blog posts so that you can go and read through that as well and have a physical document that you can literally print out. Now guys, let me get to BNB. I'm going to show you why this coin is potentially a stunner. Today, it's standing on $34. Now, let's get into BNB. I may spend a little bit more time here. Important that you actually just see this. Now, keep in mind that the Python y-axis is here, right at the bottom. So BNB has passed through the Python y-axis. It's gone through, sliced through the 2B algorithm, the 3B algorithm, sliced through it, and you can see here that the MS52 is moving upwards. Don't worry if you don't understand all these. Just have a look at the color coding. These are code words that we use in our algorithm data. What is important to know is that this dark brown line is moving upwards and that the green line is following it. Okay, so this is an upwards momentum in our opinion. Let's go back quickly and have a look and see what happened with BNB in December of 2017. Very important that you understand this. First of all, it had a little bit of a drop. Bang, there you go. You can see when Bitcoin dropped, BNB dropped as well. What happened then after 3 or 4 or 5 days? Yeah, around about 1 June 2019, that's going to happen. It moved upwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And look at that, guys. It went up a stunning 325%. Okay, from that point there, 325%. If you wait and you buy this coin, let me just give you an idea, right down at that bottom there, you can potentially make a 569% gain. But I'm going to take this from this level here, which is the high point for Bitcoin at that point there, right there. But remember, you can sell there the same time as Bitcoin. When Bitcoin drops, you can come back and buy it on lower and ride it up all the way over 500%. I'm going to give you this 322%. Now let's go back to the right hand side where we are now, and let's see where that target is. I hope I put it in here, and there we go. Yes, that target there. Let's just put a price in there. That price label there is going to take BNB up to $142. Okay, now let's go a little bit further, and I want to take your attention to this one here. Have a look here in 2017, 14 July. At that point there, BNB went up in a very short period of time with 3,500%. It then retraced backwards here, and if I take this percentage gain right down here at the bottom and right to that top, you'll see that it went up another 3,200%. Now, if I come back here and I take this low point here where we are now, and we are going to say, could it be possible that this goes up another 3,500%? So that would take us round about here again to this point here, between 142 and perhaps $236 for BNB. This could be a stunner. What you want to do with this information, it's up to you. Don't put my head on a block if this does not hit that level. But I can tell you now that I'm putting some money into BNB. Not now. I've sold my BNB. I'm going to wait for this market to drop. So here around about the 1st of June, I'm going to reassess, and I will update you at that point between 29-30 May going into 1 and 2 June. At that point, I'm going to put some money into BNB if the charting at that point still looks bullish. Okay, this could be a stunner that can make you insane gains. Let's have a look at Theta. I'm not going to go through a lot in Theta, but the chart in Theta does not look good for me. As you know, I've sold out of Theta when it hit that high point there. I've tweeted it out. I posted it on Telegram. So I'm out of this. So I don't really want to get into Theta. But for me, I would actually move out of Theta and move into some other coins. Coins that can make you money a lot easier without the risk. In saying this, guys, we are still above that pink line there, the 2B. I expect that we could potentially, we don't know where the 3B algorithm line is. We don't know where that is. If you still hold Theta and you believe in that, then you can simply hold it. It could potentially go up. Unfortunately, year past, around about December 2017, we don't have adequate data to have an adequate decision or a credible decision on Theta. What I'm going to do is to move over to Dash. Very important that you look at Dash. Again, here is the Python y-axis of Dash. See this line here? That's your Python y-axis. Remember that Bitcoin broke through this orange line here, broke through the purple line, this Python y-axis, and it went upwards. Now, similar to Litecoin, here we got Dash breaking through, come back, try to break through again there, and then broke through eventually here. You'll notice that NEO and OMG is about here at this level. So this is what you can expect from NEO and OMG in the next few days. It's going to go up. Very easy to see what's going to happen here. You don't need to be very smart to see this. It's going to head into this level here of about $229 and potentially hit this level here of the Python y-axis, which gives you about an 86% gain. Again, if you want to see what's going to happen here, let's go back to December and see what happened here in December with Dash. In December with Dash here, we saw that Bitcoin broke down. Okay, very important that you see this, guys. Bitcoin broke down. Let me just put that arrow in there. What happened here? Dash went upwards for about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. Then it dropped and Dash never ever returned upwards. This is a strong coin but a weak coin. It's going to do similar what Litecoin does. Remember, Litecoin is still going to go upwards. Remember what I said, that Litecoin, we need to sell Litecoin or consider selling at around about $150. So expect something similar here. If we take this gains here and we look at that percentage gain, that is about 84%. Now let's go back here and see what did I put in here. That is about the 86% gain. Remember, this blue line here is our secondary target in our top 40 crypto report. Use that top 40 crypto report in conjunction with this information that I'm giving you now. I know it may sound confusing, but for the sake of you making 100, 200, 300, 400%, you need to watch this video over and over. Stop this video, make notes till you understand it properly. Let's go into Cardano. Cardano is a bit of a coin. I'm first going to go back here to December. Let me start there. It's a bit of a coin that I am a little bit disappointed of in the fact that it didn't do much actually. I sold out of my Cardano when it didn't perform. Now look at this. When Bitcoin dropped, Cardano dropped as well. Yeah, and imagine this now being 1 June. Then it went upwards. And Cardano can still give you from this low point, don't get me wrong, can still make some good profit, 300% gains. But you are going to have to wait for Cardano to make one more drop. So let's have a look here quickly and see where that is. It's above this pink line, the 2B algorithm mathematical line. That 2A is pointing upwards. But I believe that there's a big probability that Cardano could drop. Keep an eye on Cardano in the next 2, 3, 4 days. When Bitcoin drops and Cardano drops, sell and get out. And buy Cardano right here on the bottom and ride that wave up, 60, 70, 80%. Let's go into Tron, TRX. TRX is a little bit difficult to sort out, and I've got no credible data really on this, except what I can present here is the data from our first target, this one, which has now been broken. You can see it's above that pink line there. We want that, and it's now breaking upwards. The secondary target that I see here, and let me just put a price label in here, is this target here of 0.04. That is where I see it going. If TRX moves a lot higher, take your profits and ladder out. And this is what I explained to you guys, when you ladder out your buys, you sell 10% maybe when it reaches that target. Then you sell another 10% when it moves up. And then you sell another 10%. If you want at that point and you see it spikes upwards, you can simply just keep what you have and ride the wave upwards. But you have just seen that I've shown you some coins like Litecoin, EOS, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, NEO, OMG, which are maybe better coins to hold than TRX. If you hold TRX, hold a small portion of your portfolio in that. Don't put your entire portfolio in TRX. The last coin that we're going to go through is XLM. XLM, again guys, this is a very poorly performing coin. Let's go back and see what it did here in December. It performed very poorly in the first part of this year, but here, right there, is when Bitcoin dropped on 17 December. You can see here what happened is that XLM dropped as well, and then it had a big spike upwards. Now let's have a look at this and see what kind of a price range it did, more or less from that bottom. From this bottom up to that point, 467%. So with this specific coin, XLM, I would wait for this coin to drop going into 1, 2, or 3 June. On that low point there, where Bitcoin will also be at a low point there, when you buy that and you get back into this, you've got the possibility to make 467%. XLM is basically long overdue. Very, very good things happening with it. But let's have a look from this level here. Let's say if we drop into this level, and I'll have a little bit more accurate data when and I'll post this on the blog. Let's say around about there. Look at that, guys. You almost look at about 0.5, more or less. But closer to this time, I'm going to bring out more data for you. So just to recap, I want to focus your attention here on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is expected. You can see that is the doji. It's a short-legged doji. It's not a long-legged doji that we thought it's going to be. This one here will be a short doji as well, and we expect sideways movement into the 27, 28, where are we now, into tomorrow, which is the 27, 28. And then we're going to have a potential of a 3, 4, 5 day drop of Bitcoin into round about the 1st of June, 2nd of June. We will see when that drop happens, then we will be able to ascertain how low that is going to be. Let's have a look at Litecoin. Just a recap again. Litecoin is going to move upwards, in my opinion, up to about 151. Round about that figure there, I want you to get out of the market. We're going to come back here and buy Litecoin here on the bottom. Don't freak out buying Litecoin here, because Litecoin could potentially, I'm just going to show you this quickly. Where is that brush? Litecoin could potentially come down here, similar like this. It could do something like this, and then I expect that we could potentially, and guys, this is potentially, Litecoin have a 3,000% move. Okay, don't hold me to this, closer to the point. I'm going to bring you new data on Litecoin. Our first step here, guys, is to get you out on this high point. Could it go a little bit further? Yes, it can. Don't be greedy. Once you see that move above 135, start getting ready to move out of the market. Let's recap on EOS quickly. EOS again, we expect a little bit of upwards momentum here, a drop, and it could go further over a period of 19 or 20 days. Bitcoin Cash, exactly the same, guys. We could see a move upwards, a drop, and then a drop into, or a move into 827. It could even be about $1,000. Let's just quickly spend some extra time on this again. I want to show you this again because it's really important that you understand Bitcoin Cash. When Bitcoin dropped on 16 or 17 December, it dropped, and look what happened with Bitcoin Cash. It went upwards there. Okay, so when you see that upwards trend, and let's have a look and see how much that was, just to see that was about 138%. Expect a 4-day uptrend, then a move downwards. Many people think that Bitcoin Cash could go sky high. I'm of a different opinion. I want to play it safe. So let's see from this level here. We can argue this will be, what did we say there, 100 and that was a 138%. Okay, so 138%, guys, takes us to this level here of $1,000. So you can literally double your money. Don't be too greedy. When you see that move upwards, and this could happen in 3-4 days, okay, you literally could see a spike upwards. As a matter of fact, let me just fix this. Actually, I don't believe we can have a drop. We could potentially have it up to this level here, into about 3, 4, or 5 June, where we make 130%. We literally double your crypto holding. If that is about 438, you have about 827, between 827 and $1,000. So just make sure that you understand Bitcoin Cash. Ethereum, what we said with Ethereum is you can make that 98% gain. Expect this level here, there, the Python Y axis, which is the $390, to be a little bit of resistance. Let's just go back. I just want to spend some time on this again, just to make sure that we understand that. Again, Ethereum dropped first, and then it went up. into that level, and that was about 100% gain. So expect to double your money. It's going to go upwards a little bit, then drop. So this is more or less correct, and we could see this move upwards into this level here of about, and remember, this is going to be very, very quick, guys. This is going to be over a period, and let me just put that in. It's a period of about 17, 18, 19, or 20 days. Round about that period there. There you can see 20 days. XRP, you've got the data on XRP. Okay, so have a look through this video again. Digibyte, again, we see this data about 293%. Exactly, guys, in that period of 20, 17, 18, 19, 20 days. If it breaks this level here of the Python y-axis, okay, that one there. And again, I'm going to post these charts on the blogs so you can go back and refer to them. Don't worry if you don't understand all these mathematical algorithms. But look, you are in a business to make money. This is not a kindergarten. I want you to understand this, guys. You need to make your own decisions where you are going to sell and how much profit you are going to make. I'm giving you these targets. Nobody in the world has got this information. They only wish they had this data. I don't provide this data to any financial institution anymore. I'm only giving this data to our members all around the world. We want to create multi-millionaires, and it's happening under our noses. I've got multiple people that have now become millionaires from our calls just from the beginning of the year. It's truly remarkable what's happening in crypto. And cryptos are not over, guys. There's a lot of people calling for the world stock markets to crash. There's people calling for Bitcoin to go to 2,000. It may go a little bit lower. As you said, my target is about 4416 as the lowest target. But then if it's at that low point, you buy again. And I'm going to bring these reports out to help you to make insane money. I became financially free in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. I want to give that to you too. And remember what I said, guys, in the beginning of the year. I said that if you have 50,000 in the beginning of the year, that you can make $7.2 million in the next 2 years. That's why I call our team the 2 Years to Freedom team all around the world. People are going to make money. If you started with 50,000 in the beginning of the year and you just held EOS, you would have made 100,000. That 100 would have been 200,000. That 200,000 would have been 400,000, and then 800,000. To get to $7.2 million is not a brainer. We're going to help you guys, whether you invest with $1,000 or $500 or 5,000. You can make it. We're going to double that money and double it again. Stick with us, bring your friends and family around so that we can build this to the biggest and largest crypto community in the entire world. Let's go on to ZEC. Again, this target here, the 3B algorithm, which is about 75%. That is my target. We could hit up to 121. Let's go to BNB, my favorite coin. Remember what I said. If this drops, I'm going to come back and buy BNB 1 or 2 June at the low. And we can potentially move this upwards to $142 and higher, guys. So the target is about 236, around about that price, and look where it is now, $34. They're going to push this coin from what I hear as well, and this is the Binance coin, and ZZ from Binance, don't underestimate him. The higher he pushes that, the more money they make. And it's very strange that this coin is above that Python y-axis indicator, but this could look super bullish. Wait for the drop. Don't buy now. Theta, as I said, I'm out of Theta. If you hold it, you can still ride it upwards. There are better coins to keep than Theta. I'm not saying it's not going to do well. If you hold it, ride the wave, sell when you make the profits. Dash, again, we believe that that target there of about $230 for Dash is not impossible. We could go up to that 86% to around about $309 for Dash. And then we had ADA, which we just went through, or Cardano. We believe about 0.12. But again, guys, just go through the old video, have a look at that. And then TRX. is something that's very difficult to ascertain how high this can go. There's not enough data really for me to make an adequate decision on this. But once you make insane profits here, take it. And then obviously XLM has the potential to go up 354%. Remember I said that Litecoin is showing extremely bullish signs. We are going to see that Litecoin is going to go up to a high point here. Then it's going to drop and go sideways. And I believe that this coin that is potentially going to give us a 3,000% gain, I will give you the indicator what is going to happen. On this bottom point here, wherever that bottom point is here, as soon as we see Litecoin in one day spike up round about to this level here, 84%, and it hits the 189, that is the sign that I'm going to give you and tell you buy Litecoin. But we will be buying that before the spike comes, because I'm going to give you that date closer to the time. Make sure you attend the webinars. You are losing vital information if you don't attend the weekly webinars. If you want to make insane money, spend the money and get on the webinars. Don't be stingy, because you're going to make a lot of money. Okay, so we hope this plays out with Litecoin. We'll see what happens in the next 5 days, but I do expect it to hit about 151, then come down, go sideways, and then we're going to have a big breakout here, guys. Let's just see if Litecoin goes up 3,000%, where that potentially can be. So I'm expecting that to come down around about here, about $80, let's say around about there. And let's see. Now, 3,000% is there. Guys, it's scary to put this number here in front of you, price label. That target there is Litecoin $3,000. I'm scared to tell you that Litecoin is going to spike to $3,000 because I'm scared that you will put all your money in Litecoin. Guys, this is an algorithm. It works on patterns and cycles and a lot of data like sentiment and messages that people are sending all around social media. We can be wrong. Be careful of this. But your first sign, when it spikes up, that 80% that I've shown you, that is when I am going to tell you to get into Litecoin. Now remember again, anything that I give you is not financial advice. I am not running a kindergarten. I don't want you to be part of my kindergarten. I want you to make your own informed decisions from day one. I want you to make your own decisions. Guys, on this fantastic note, have a blessed day, and we're going to see what happens in the next day or two. This is Marius Landman. Have a fantastic day.